of the people, the undocumented people living in our country. I do not want to see them deported. I want to see them on a path to citizenship. That is exactly what I will do.
Senator Sanders, can you promise us tonight that you won't deport children?
Let me just say this. I don't think that the Secretary fully answered your question. And I think the proof may be in the pudding. Secretary Clinton did not support those children coming into this country. I did.
If you get indicted, would you drop out?
Oh, for goodness, that is not going to happen. I'm not even answering that question.
Senator Sanders, you have demanded that Secretary Clinton release the transcripts of her paid Wall Street speeches. Why is this important?
When you get paid $225,000, that means that that speech must have been an extraordinarily wonderful speech. I would think that a speech so great that you got paid so much money for, you would like to share it with the American people.
Well, some contentious moments at last night's Democratic debate. It was the last face-off before key primaries in Ohio and Florida. Bernie Sanders' upset win in Michigan is forcing what could be a drawn-out primary battle. Let's bring in Simon Rosenberg, president of the New Democrat Network. He's also a former campaign advisor to President Clinton, and Brad Blakeman, former deputy assistant to President George W. Bush. So just some highlights there. Simon, last night you tweeted out Bernie Sanders ate his Wheaties. That was your comment about it. Well, how impactful do you think his performance was last night?
Look, he's had an amazing week. I mean, you know, when I was on last week, we were all talking about how this could be the end for Bernie. He had a huge win in Michigan. He even surprised his own campaign. And then last night, I don't think he's won any of these debates. You know, Hillary didn't necessarily have a clean win in some of them, but in every debate, he struggled. He was really good last night. He was commanding at times. She struggled a little bit. So you're starting to see the momentum change. Next Tuesday is going to be a very important day for the Democrats, no doubt.
It certainly will be for everybody, really, that is still in this race. Brad, again, several months ago, you might not even think that Bernie Sanders would make it this far in the election cycle, but here he is, and now there's questions about how long he will last and if he could even win. What do you think is the impact for Republicans? What opportunity does a longer primary season for Democrats present?
Well, it prevents the attention on the inner squabbling that we're having in an honest-to-goodness primary. Let's face it, Bernie knows he doesn't have a shot because the fix is in for Hillary. Mathematically, there's no way he's going to win with his superdelegates who are hand-picked people by the Democratic Party, not elected by the people at large, and they skew the results from the rank-and-file grassroots. So Bernie is in it for messaging, and the fact that Bernie is winning shows that there's a minority of support within the Democratic Party who does not like Hillary Clinton. So I think it's very good for the Republicans to have this continue. I think it's good for the Democrats. It's good for Bernie, and Bernie's not going anywhere. Why? Is because these are proportional races right up to the convention. He can continue to win delegates as he goes.
Simon, do you agree that there's no way for Bernie Sanders to win?
No, I don't agree. It's very unlikely, though. I mean, Hillary Clinton is in a stronger position mathematically than Donald Trump is on the Republican side. She's closer to the nomination. But, you know, this cycle, this has been a crazy election cycle. Anything can happen, right? And I think it's why the Clinton campaign, if they took their foot off the gas a little bit in Michigan, I'm sure they're wondering also what happened there. It looks like now she's going to have to beat him. He's going to stay in this race. He's not going to let her cakewalk in. You know, she's going to have to get a majority of the delegates before he gets out. His campaign is well funded, and so we've got a real race in our hands now. You know.
Let's talk a little bit about immigration, because that was certainly a big topic last night. Bernie Sanders says that he really sees a pathway to citizenship for those that have been in this country for 5 years, and after that he believes they could stay in. It's a contrast, Brad, to what we see on the GOP side, which is definitely the opposite of that. How do you, as you're watching what is playing and who is reacting to these different policies, do you think, as you look towards the general election, that how the Democrats are presenting their immigration policy will impact how the Republicans eventually set up their platform for it?
Yeah, I think that, look, there's no doubt that the 12 million who came here, we were complicit, we meaning the United States government, in them coming here. If we didn't provide work for them, if we did not have porous borders, if we didn't need their labor, they wouldn't be here. They would be in their home country. And the fact of the matter is Republicans have to soften their position on immigration in order to be elected. You're selected by the party. You can be a little bit more right, but if you're going to be elected by the people, you better be where the people are, and that's in the center.
That sets us up for another interesting debate in the future. I only have 30 seconds, but there's a big controversy over Bernie Sanders' suit last night. I just want to show our viewers, apparently this lit up Twitter the entire night along with the debates about immigration. Is he wearing a blue suit or a brown suit? What do you see? Simon, what do you see? What is the truth here?
I watched the debate, and I thought it was brown all night long.
Brad?
I'm not sure where the blue part came from.
Well, I mean,
well, I think 30 years ago, that suit was blue.
There you go. Who knew? It was just like the dress controversy that came up, like, about it was blue dress, white dress. Anyways, it's sort of interesting. Bernie Sanders catching on, feeling the burn, even when it comes to fashion. So we'll see what he wears next time.
Fashionista. Yeah.
Simon, thank you. Brad, thank you very much.
Thanks.